looking forward to seeing Lanham playing Visage. I think that could be a treat.
That's very Queen of Pain-esque.
He is
that process what you said.
He is an extremely capable player on support.
Yeah.
His Lion sounds like amazing, and as a result, EG first face banned it against BG. That's a serious respect ban. Let's see what he can pull off on Medford.
Oh wow!
We're going to be casting with Slideshow Dota 2.
We're going to go to the secondary computer. Don't worry, that's fine. And you're watching Syndra and spectating.
Oh boy, the pressure. Do you want to take over?
No, don't worry. It's going to go to... Yeah, actually, yeah, you're going to have to spectate while...
I'm going to follow Visage, guys. He's going top.
Don't worry, Warpers can come here probably in a bit. Maybe, who knows. In any case, we're going to go to the casters. This time it's not LD and Lumi. It's our... Yeah, no, I know, but I was trying to introduce them as our couple from the other side of the world. It's Gods and Winter.
Well, welcome guys to the international cast. I'm Gods, joined by Winter. We've got Big God versus EG kicking off Game 1 draft underway, and Big God going back to an old familiar hero, the Burning Naga, not Burning Naga sign, the other Naga, the Medusa, coming out once more. And EG, well, they're going to be looking to take the game to Big God with a fairly heavy push draft, the Beastmaster, the Lycan. They can fall back on the Storm Spirit of Sumail as well. Winter, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great after that fantastic first series from VG and Secret.
Well, that's good to hear, that's good to hear. This series, I feel like another very closely matched series. They may not be teams rated as highly as Vici or Secret, but I feel like the panel and just people in general are very split as far as which way this game is going to go. Big God, EG, seems like there's no real clear favorite.
Yeah, and looking at what Big God has in place for us, they are going to contest the Lycan's lane with a Doom. Doom started out with boots, probably going to go to the jungle, grab a creep, and Visage will be actually taking the lane with the bench here. It's a very unique way of playing the lanes from Big God, as we have not seen this in the group stages, and we only seen IG actually do this on a safe lane where they actually run Doom and Doom goes jungle and Visage takes the lane, or a Lion.
Yeah, so we'll see how EG react. They're already rotating PPD up on the Earthshaker, so it could be a good old-fashioned tri lane versus tri lane up here, as Zhao Wei going to body block the pool camp. And this makes EG just have a rougher time in general. They're going to want to, when you're versing a tri lane, especially one that's, well, I'd say tri lane, the Doom kind of going to be up here a lot. You want to have that pool camp to keep the creep equilibrium back, but right now, not going to be available for them.
Yeah, the Lycan, however, is still getting fairly good last hits at the moment. Visage not the greatest hero to actually push him out of the lane, unlike a hero like Axe. So the Doom needs to get Orb of Venom go, and he has Ice Armor now. Not the best creep for the laning phase, but hopefully that he gets something more useful that he can actually use, like maybe the Satyr, so he can actually pressure the lane much better with that creep.
Yeah, as far as the other lanes go, it's going to be a Tidehunter versus Beastmaster at the bottom lane. Mid lane, the Medusa versus Lycan. Are these matchups which we can expect much to happen in? Are these pretty even matchups, do you feel?
Beastmaster versus Tide, I think is fairly alright for the Beastmaster to farm, but I think Tidehunter would certainly have the edge against a melee hero. But we saw yesterday from EG when they had a Juggernaut versus Tide, he started out with a Permanent Shield which actually blocks and negates some of the Anchor Smash damage, so that was from Fear. So I wonder if Universe will actually do the same thing here in this matchup.
Yeah. Well, for now, just the boots and South Shield. Mid lane, the farm is pretty even. 11 CS to the 9 CS on the Storm Spirit, and not really a matchup you can expect one or the other to pull away from, unless there's kind of gangster rotations coming in. If EG are worried about the Storm Spirit, it's going to be before he hits level 6, and that's where Avenge could potentially look to rotate in. Bottom lane, RTK taking a lot of harassing. It does have 6 tangos as well as a salve though, so as far as he's concerned, happy to kind of trade some blows in the early game to get CS when he has all that HP regen.
Yeah, Beastmaster has a lot more armor than the Tidehunter, that's why he's actually getting a lot of good trade-offs. And Kraken Shot doesn't block the Wild Axe damage, so he's getting a better trade-off in the lane so far with just raw damage because he has more armor than the Tidehunter. But like you mentioned, Tide has a lot of regen, not something that he's too worried about at the moment. And looking at the other lanes, so Doom has already proceeded to get Orb of Venom. Devour still on cooldown, and just take a look at the camps here. Could he actually get any... Oh, there's a Satyr at the most far right camp, so that would be something that if he actually finds it, would be very useful in the lane. And if you look at the Visage last hits, not doing so well. 3 last hits to the 11 of the Lycan, so I don't think Lycan has suffered too much from this aggressive tri-lane from BG.
Yeah, it feels like so far, if anything, it's backfired for BG. Doing these 2 heroes in the top lane, I guess the alternative is you send Tide up there and just try to zone out the Beastmaster at bottom, but it doesn't feel like the two supports with the Doom have been able to accomplish too much. So EG going to be pretty content with the start here, considering how Lycan's not being pressured at all in his lane.
Yeah, this is not something we usually see from BG. The way they play, like a Chinese team, the way they play the Doom, they usually want to farm the Doom up. It's like you only see them doing this if they run a position for Doom on the support, where they get Orb of Venom and they try to roam around.
Yeah.
But this game is very unusual. I would say the most important reason why they are doing this is because they do not want to give like a Lycan free farm. That's like the one thing in the game that you do not want to happen, where EG get a good start from the Lycan and they push very early on.
Yeah, I mean, so far they've been unsuccessful end of the day. So Lycan, while not getting complete and utter free farm, he is up there as one of the top farmers. So we'll see what the next move's going to be from Big God. The Medusa, not a hero you can expect to see rotate at all. ROTK, once it's level 6, could look to maybe take a fight at top lane. But apart from that, it's going to have to come from Zhao Wei, who is going to scout out the Satyr, it looks like. We'll pick that one up with the Devour, so he's going to get himself a shockwave out of this, and also the very useful HP regen.
Yeah, the HP regen, I think sorry, not the rune, the aura is like the biggest thing for the supports as well.
Yeah.
They can trade goals very effectively, but this Doom has to get something done. He's gonna run in middle, starts off with a Scorch Earth and the Orb of Venom.
This is going to be potentially a close kill here. Burning behind, they're not going to dive this one.
It's very difficult though. Storm has very good base armor for intelligence hero.
Yeah. And that's all really they had. They just had the right clicks. They had no magic damage output apart from the Scorched Earth and the Mystic Snake, which had already been used on a creep wave and missed Sumail. So
I actually think this, like you said, it's starting to feel like it's actually backfiring because they're not getting too much pressure on the Lycan. And if you look at bottom lane, it's more or less, I mean, RTK has a 5 CS lead, but it's very minor, I would say. And
yeah.
Beastmaster, with a lot of levels and farm, can actually do a lot of damage in a fight against a Medusa when he gets necrobook.
If they'd safe lane, like the tri lane, like done Doom, Venge, and Visage at bottom, maybe the Doom jungles, it just opens up the map for the Venge to go gank, because they need the Venge to be the one ganking mid lane, it seems.
I actually feel that way probably they would actually get more of it because you're actually farming a support hero like Visage, which is always a good thing to get a support like Visage farm, even though you have to jungle someone. But it more or less feels like they're actually doing the same thing right now with the aggressive tri lane. The Doom is like, I don't know where you are gonna put this, like he's more like a roaming hero, and the thing is Visage is not getting enough. I don't think they actually expected the Visage to have such a hard time in the lane, getting last hits against the Lycan. But to be fair, Lycan has just way more base damage compared to the Visage.
And we're kind of seeing that reflected in the CS here. Lycan, your top farmer, mid lane's going fine with Storm and Dusa tied on 23 last hits apiece. And the Tide having a CS edge in the safe lane doesn't seem like the biggest issue. A bit of an issue here for Universe here. His hotkey's not saving for his Coolboy resummon, which is
annoying.
Unusual, annoying, yep, absolutely. Not like the Dota 1 days back where you had to re-hotkey it every time you resummoned it, but hey, a nice little thing that actually exists within Dota 2. Maybe one of the recent... There was a patch this morning, who knows? Maybe something's messed with it.
It used to be, I think like a couple of days ago, like when we were playing pubs, it has the issue where it doesn't save in between games. Like if you start a new game, you have to reset it only once every game.
Yeah.
Because I was playing a lot of morphing, I had to reset the replicate every game before the, like when you start a new game basically, where it actually should not be the case. But this is like he has to reset every resummon, which could be very annoying for a hero like Beastmaster. But like you said, that's how we play in Dota 1, boys.
Yeah, no, yeah, it makes your game a bit harder perhaps, but this will separate the boys from the men, maybe. That's what's going to come down to. If there's no fix, we play on, and Universe is going to have to suck it up.
Universe, the Disney boy.
Yep. Well, exactly. He's going to have to graduate from Disney movies to, I don't know, The Expendables or something. What's a good manly movie, Winter?
Expendables is like too manly.
Too manly.
The next step would probably be Twilight.
Twilight. Oh, that is. How is that an upgrade from?
That was like a train wreck.
No, that was a train wreck, Winter. You should not be touching that movie. Star Wars. I don't know.
How about Interstellar?
Okay, we can go with that, and then we go into the. I don't know. We can upgrade then to your action flicks, your Stallones, and your Rockies. Maybe that's what they need. Get some Get some Rocky Balboa to motivate them to take down a team like Big God. And that well, almost $3 million event here. And well, pressure's on for him. He managed to get past Na'Vi, which was the first big test at the main event. So I feel like, as far as EG is concerned, nerves is not an issue. They beat Na'Vi even with a one-game deficit, so they've already proven that the crowd, the live event factor is not going to get to them.
Well, the event is like very helpful for a player like Sumail because you are playing in a booth and you started the group stages without a crowd. You are playing in the hotel room, so I would say if you are a new player, you're very lucky to and everyone is like sitting next to each other yelling at you, and you could see the taunting as well, people taunting you. So if you're a new player, man, it's not very good for the new player. It's not a very pleasant experience.
Because the event is so well run and like they've all got their their TeamSpeak servers, they can emulate the experience to some extent from playing from home.
Yeah,
because
that's what I meant.
I know EG are very fussy, like they in a good way, that they. To this stage, you know, they're not using any.
They use headsets, but they don't use any TeamSpeak.
Okay, so they don't use any.
Actually, what was actually
new treasures.
otherwise, just in case if you need to fight.
reflection.
I remember. Like,
But
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
in the early phase, so I'm not sure.
First blood. No good for you. I accept this honor on behalf of storms everywhere. Denied!
Not going to get caught out by this one. So Maelstrom.
See no evil.
Around and plays the venge like a fit. Game where you're just going to go for the traditional build.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Roshan has fallen to the
Immortality
Dire.
is
Radiant's
mine.
bottom tower is under attack.
Need to use a Ravage.
Yeah, that was like.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Late game.
You know, you notice both the teams, how they skill their carry is just very reminiscent of how they actually, it's very similar. They are gearing into late game with the Bloodstone Rush on the Storm, and Medusa actually messing split shot. Like both teams are just like, this game is not going to end fast. What's going to go into a late game situation?
It feels like we're going 45 minutes plus for sure at this point. It's probably too early to tell. Something crazy. A team could lose a big team fight and just take racks here, especially EG with the pushing power of Lycan and Beastmaster. But Big God have been so well polished for the most part. Obviously, they had that bad game 2 against Cloud9 with all the missed Ravages, but they're one of the best high ground defending teams, I feel, in this tournament, and they've got the perfect lamp to do it with.
It's either them or LGD, I would say, at high ground defense.
Yeah.
These two teams are really good. And BG, right now, their lineup, they need to be very careful of the Storm. The Doom, I just feel that the Doom has to be casted on the Storm every time. He can't afford to cast it on. Maybe you could argue if you could cast it on Universe before he roars, then it's still fine. But I think the Storm is gonna be like the way he itemized into the game, having the first item Bloodstone will mean that he's gonna snowball into a very scary hero. So with that alone, I think the Doom has to be on Sumer every time.
Yeah.
Hey,
you just get 2 Dooms. I feel like that's where this game is going. That there's probably going to be an Ag Scepter on Jawei by the time this game is over. One way or another, whether it's EG or Big God coming out on top.
Ag Scepter Refresher, that's like the most common thing you would see after the BKB or the Blink on the Doom. And here comes Sumer, has the Aegis up. It's going to expire fairly soon, so he needs to do something with this.
Well, he just walks into the supports, dodges the magic missile, perfectly timed. The Rowan RTK going to delay the Ravage. They kill off the Storm with the Aegis here. He's going to look for a second kill. Great silence on RTK. He cannot Ravage. Sumer will get out of there, but no kills go his way. Good defensive play from Big God.
Wow.
But also, I feel like that was pretty well played by EG. Just
Curtis Sting actually saved their Wonder Kid big time there with the silence.
If there was a Ravage, you can use that before the Ball Lightning. You can time the Ravage on the Aegis respawn, and there's no way to dodge it.
You definitely can. He was gonna she's gonna die for sure if they got the Ravage on him. Top lane, we are dealing a lot of damage on the tier 2 at top, forcing a glyph, and he pops his ultimate just to be make sure that he doesn't get caught out, gets out of the side of the map of Big God, making sure that he doesn't get caught out by anything.
I mean, the Aegis did force Big God to overcommit, or not even overcommit, they had to rotate a lot of heroes to the safe lane to basically not give Storm any kills, so it did open up the top lane a bit. EG getting a bit more farm out of the map, are winning the economy battle to a small extent, but that's kind of the nature of their draft, having the map vision with the Hawk, also just having an Aegis on your Storm Spirit.
By the way, PPD just made a solo smoke. Oh, he's gonna try and kill the career with the enchant. Oh, one more right click.
Oh, doesn't get it!
So
very, very close. He knew it was coming.
And he plays like wards as well, like he smoked, he knew that they were actually constantly doing ancients with the heroes they have. This is something that I don't see enough, like teams when they go up against a lineup like what Big God have, Medusa plus Tide, they are not consistently actually stopping the ancients.
Yeah, either blocking it with a Quillbore or Hawk. The Lycan summon wolves can also block it. They don't have to ward it, but
EG are just like very attentive to what is going on the map of Big God. They did it with a Hawk like a few moments ago, and now PPD solo smokes just to make sure that he gets the ward off on the ancients.
Yeah. Well, the Sentry Ward also not working on the D Ward, so this is going to be some economy lost for Big God at the Ancients here.
Yeah, this is a difficult... I mean, you have to place the Sentry on the other side.
It'll take 2.
Yeah.
They'll realize at the 19-minute mark, but by that point, it blocked the stack and it's going to block the 19-minute spawn. So it's going to block 2 Ancient spawns, which is quite a bit of money.
I think it already did its job by that time.
Yeah.
Even if they got the Sentry and found the Observer, but it was already like 2 spawns already blocked. So I think the ward basically justifies itself, even if he gets the ward from this point.
Could maybe use a Sentry Ward, I guess, which is less of a big deal to get the ward.
Sumer going in.
Oh, they want Xiao Wei. He's tanky here with the point boost and Ogre Club. Is he tanky enough? He's not going to get mech, but he's going to survive it. Sumer now low on mana, but...
He actually missed the mech? Oh dear. That was so close to being costly. He didn't get the mech on Doom. He missed it.
Doom does pick up the Ag Scepter now, but... Very close to going down there in the bottom lane.
Yeah, his item build gave him enough HP to actually survive that. That was very, very close. And probably at that point you would argue that was one of the moments that you felt, okay, he didn't have the Orchid, he didn't get the kill. He had the
Yeah,
Blitz.
if that's an Orchid, that's an easy kill. At the same time, I think even if EG get that kill, he'd already bought the Ag Scepter, or even if he hadn't bought the Ag Scepter, it's the way this game is going, one kill on the Doom isn't going to change the pace of the game. They're not going to get a tower off of it. They're not going to really slow him down that much. It seems like EG want to just make sure they itemize for the late game, rather than take a small
I
little
don't even
advantage.
think that I would be surprised if Suel actually goes for Lycan's next item, because you're going for late game, you want to make sure you don't die. That's about it.
Yep.
But it's just way too defensive. I'm not sure if it's actually going to be too detrimental to his team that the Storm builds into a too defensive type of play.
Smoke from Big God here. They're looking to wrap around towards PPD on the tree. They see Sumail as well. Ravage going to catch both, but they're going to go on PPD first. The 4-star from Aoi. He may get up another save here, but PPD swap forward. Ice swaps RTK back. That cancels the gush, and PPD,
no, the
he's going to
gush.
live.
He didn't get the gush.
Oh, if he got the gush, PPD was dead. Now go back towards the Storm Spirit, who's got enough mana to ball lightning out of there, but
I think even if they got PPD,
it
just,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He was like the
It's an Earthshaker.
the least wanted hero that BG wanted to kill. It's just like if they couldn't get the Storm kill, they just needed to kill the Storm. I mean, you blow a Ravage, you want to kill either someone important or you get an objective. In this scenario, they couldn't get objective, so obviously you want to get the key hero kill, which is the Storm.
It's still, what, the first Ravage of the game?
Yeah, I think
So,
that was the
if you look
first
at it from
Ravage.
that perspective, even a support for a Ravage is okay because he's not using Ravage. The way this game is going, slow pace, farm battle, both teams gearing up for the late game. A Ravage, okay for a support, sounds like a bad trade. It does open up the map for EG to be a bit more aggressive, especially with Sumail when he doesn't have to worry about a Ravage, but there's still a Doom. There's still other ways of catching him out.
Basically, we talked about this like a few times already. Like, if you're not fighting, you just want to use your big cooldown spells, even a solo kill, it's fine.
A Black Hole, a Ravage, you solo kill. Generally, you don't want to get a core hero, but even a farm support is pretty good.
The thing is, like, in a game like this, your priorities change. Like, you just want to put the big spell on cooldown and get something done with it.
Sumail is going back for the Orchid. This is unexpected to some extent.
I can see why he's actually doing that, because, like, if you look at Big God's lineup, if Sumail jumps in, tries to kill a Medusa with a Skywrath or with, let's say, the Lycan, Venge is behind, wants to swap, Sumail rolls in, pulls the guy in front, silences the Venge. So
yeah,
I mean, that alone could be a key reason why he's actually doing this.
I imagine Doom will see this and immediately say, okay, I gotta go BKB right now. This is...
Yeah.
The refresher can come later. That's like your late game Doom item, but...
He already has like the Acceptor anyway, so building a BKB right now is fine for him, I think.
Alright. Well,
you know, it could also be another reason because of the last attempt at killing the Doom at bottom. It's like, oh dear, I didn't have enough damage.
He's got to imagine that the Doom is going to build a BKB when he sees the Orchid, and maybe it gets you one kill, but Orchid's still not a bad item for Storm. It gives him damage, it gives him attack speed. As far as
he got the deny.
Sumail.
The kid.
And a blink out from Universe. EG are just kind of toying with Big God in some ways. Denying towers, blinking out, wasting Ravages.
The kid is actually toying around Big God.
Yeah. He better be careful. If he puts his hand in the cookie jar one too many times, he's going to get caught eventually. So
and here we go. Aoi's going to get caught out. He's going to get caught out. Do they have Ravage to catch him cancelled? Okay.
So this is one of those Ravage for support. Looks bad on paper, but I feel like it's okay.
You get what you get.
Yeah.
You just take what you get right now.
It's better than half of RTK's Ravages yesterday, you know? It's an upgrade.
I can only give you a huge smile after you said that.
Look, he's just gonna. It's baby steps. We talk about, you know, your movie transitions from Disney to wherever next. Your Ravages, you go from yesterday to one hero Ravages today, and then maybe. Oh, Storm gets almost.
I actually thought they were actually giving oh, that was like scary a bit. Okay.
So this is day 2. He's hitting a 1 hero Ravage. Tomorrow he's gonna hit 2 hero Ravages. Then by the time you get to the finals, he's hitting 4 or 5 hero Ravages. You know, it's baby steps. He'll make it there in the end.
Hopefully so.
If Big God can get that far. If they're gonna get that far, they're gonna need some big plays out of RTK. Right now, it's Burning doing what Burning does best. 0-0-0 Medusa. He's top of the net worth chart, 203 last hits to his name.
You know, usually you see him doing that on the other hero. Anti-mage.
Burning, yeah.
0, 0, 0.
It's the Medusa today.
He didn't even max his Mystic Snake because like, who needs that? I just need stats and free shot.
It doesn't help his late game. It's good in the laning stage, but this laning stage, well, it seems to be going and going, Winter.
Yeah, it definitely does seem so. So at this point of the game, let's look at the item progression on everyone. On EG side first. Earthshaker still working towards the blink. 900 gold shot, Storm,
Yep.
like you mentioned, going back for the Orchid. Not sure how this is going to work out, but it's still not a bad choice. And Beastmaster almost there with his level 3 Necrobook plus the blink on him.
Yep. Storm just got his Orchid, I believe,
Skyrath
coming out in the career.
Yeah, Skyrath is going to have his ATOS fairly soon. Necrobook 3 on Lycan, Assault Cuirass halfway there, Vlad's done. And on the big god side, RTK gonna build, I imagine gonna build the Refresher after this, but I don't think Shivas is a bad choice here for the Tidehunter. I think it's gonna negate a lot of physical damage from Beastmaster, Storm, and the Lycan as well, so it could be an option that he's considered top lane.
Burning gonna say easy Necrobook farm. Actually, Ice gets the last hit on the Venge Wave of Terror, but it's the
Here we go.
Sumail Storm catching out Zhao Wei. Orchid is there, the Roar to follow. Zhao Wei taking it up pretty decently. Can look for Doom. Nope, he won't get it off. Nice ball lightning use there, preventing the cast animation as Lamb now on the run as well. The Quill Borer in hot pursuit. No mana for your Storm Spirit though, and Lamb would actually look to turn and fight. He kills off the tries to kill off the Quill Borer. Sumail says, I'll take some familiars. At this point, Sumail with an Aegis can be very liberal with his initiation.
Yeah, he can,
Radiant's top
like
tower
we
is
talked
under
about before,
attack.
he can basically kill everyone apart from the Tide and the Medusa. Yeah,
The one thing is, be careful, this is what happened at the bottom tier 2 tower. They just where if he dies and there's a Ravage waiting for him, he will die a second time. That's the only
point,
way he dies.
That's the point where we come back that he has the Aegis now. Aegis now that he can actually be very liberal of how he initiates and doesn't need to worry about dying. At this point, he can play super aggressive and try to rack up the Bloodstone charges.
Alright, well, PPD also in that 000 club. All the cool kids are 000.
Fear 001.
Yeah, no, dude, it's PPD and Burning. These two know. They're the ones who are the cool kids at school right now. No kills, no assists, easy farm, but ironically, the most farm here in the game, and well, one of the least farm. PPD not doing too bad, actually has a Blink Dagger up, out farming the Radiant supports.
I think this is the result of how Big God actually, this is the consequence they have to live after doing what they did in the early laning phase to the Visage. So you have a Visage that has less net worth than the enemy Earthshaker. You just have, like, some decisions you make in the game, you just have to live with it for the rest of the game. You can't really change what happened.
It does feel like EG's lineup has come online faster, and partly because of the way Big God laned it, also partly because of the Big God picks. They picked very heavy late game. Doom and Medusa, I feel like every Doom game I see, either the Doom team loses, or if they're winning, it goes 40 plus minutes. Doom is not known for ending games early.
Yeah, top lane, the Storm, I mean, he doesn't have to be worried about anything. In bottom lane, they get the Raw on Burning. Oh, Big God's gonna get caught out here.
Oh, RTK cancels his TP. He's got a Ravage available. He's going to throw it up. Now Sumail actually goes into this one. He's going to... Oh, he gets the ball lightning off. Does go down here. They've still got a Doom. They're going to look for Sumail with this one. Double Necrobook. Chasing Burning. Nice hoof stomp is there. The ball lightning past Sumail gets the kill on Medusa. The Doom goes out onto Fear. They've got nothing for Sumail. Echo Slam from PPD. 3 Big God Heroes dead. It's about to be a 4th. ROTK's trying to catch up to Fear. But 4-0 EG. When a big team fight here, the Doom still ticking away will not be enough to kill off Fear. And that was, well, that's what we waited 28 minutes for. A big team fight victory for EG. And we'll see them probably take some tier 2 towers and objectives off of this.
Too bad they actually didn't have the venture to actually bail the boss out. But he already made his teleportation to a stop to try and defend. It was just very good movement from Sumail. He realized that without the Doom anywhere on the map, there's no way they could have killed him. He was pressuring the tier 3, forced B-God to actually, oh dear guys, we are not going to get this tier 3 without giving up a lot of damage on our base, so they had to get back. And immediately, the moment he actually saw that happen, he TP'd bottom. Bench already made his way down towards top to defense, so they were outnumbered with the Aegis on him. So it was just a fight that EG took.
Very clever.
There was no way BG was gonna be able to win that because it's just a matter of numbers game. They had Aegis and 5 heroes there.
Just perfect execution. Even the Venge TP top, RTK was like, okay, I need a TP top as well. Let's try and catch him out or stop the push. But he's suddenly like, oh wait.
You know, that was one of the moments like we saw. Oh no, Doom.
Sumail is just dominating. Double kill. Mega kill now. He's looking for a third even. He's got no Aegis here. He's going to be a bit careful. Does not get the dodge on the magic missile. Burning going to go for a stone. Gets Sumail out of mana. Does not get the ball like to the high ground. Insta-suicide. Will respawn very quickly.
That was close. He was going to give away a lot of gold if he died.
Yeah. So, not exactly a big loss for EG. The fact he uses the Bloodstone Suicide opens up bottom lane. There's no ultimate available for Medusa. Glyph comes out and EG, Fear going to decide this is maybe not the push to go for here. They've got double Necrobook 3s with both Beastmaster and Lycan having this, which makes it a bit more difficult for Medusa to fight, not to mention just the siege from EG.
Oh, EG is just playing this game so well. Like, they had a very good game plan and exploiting the fact that BG, they have no reliable way of actually catching the Storm apart from the Doom. The Doom doesn't have, like, he doesn't really have a good time in catching the Storm at this point of the game because, like, the map control, just EG has so much map control, and the Hawk, like we were talking about. The other day, they did the same thing with Sumail Storm. They had Treant Protector and Beastmaster, which even has more map control, but this game they have the Lycan Wolves and they have the Hawk once more, so it's just like, the synergy between the heroes of EG is just everyone works well with each other. They complement each other in a certain way other than just looking on the lineup on paper. It's just a very well thought of draft by Mr. Peter Pandem here.
They're using the map control so well, and like the draft aside, I feel like the drafts were somewhat even, at least as far as the teams picking to their strengths, but the in-game like shot calling from PPD to take that fight at bottom lane and the way they're using the Hawk, the Wolves, just knowing that was such a good fight for them at bottom lane, they baited Big God into that. That was just perfect.
I noticed they actually they are one of the few teams that actually prioritizes a lot on picking heroes that give you a certain amount of map control in the game. Like they are prioritizing a lot of Beastmaster, for example, and they are using Treant Protector for the same reason as well. So it's actually very impressive every time I see EG play. I will be able to notice a certain pattern of how he actually picks. Like, on the Raiden side, I talked about before in the old patch, he would actually prioritize on getting a push lineup, and on the Dire side, a farming orientated lineup.
Well, we'll see what the next move's going to be. EG looking really nice now. Probably going to wait for the next Roshan, I imagine.
Coming out on Universe. This is going to be a huge item.
Double Raw and double Necrobooks. You can't summon them at the same time, but as soon as that one expires, you've reset the cooldown.
It's still really, like, even if you can't do it at the same time, but if you think about what you can accomplish with, like, you kill one book as a Medusa, as long as he gets the mana burn off, like, and then you have another one and you need to go back to the base to regen. You don't have a choice unless I would say you need to build a BKB on the Dusa this game at some point. You want to have a BKB.
Alright.
Maybe, I'm not sure whether you get it as your next item or the item after, but it just feels like he needs to get a BKB.
Yeah, normally goes for that butterfly, and right now Burning not looking as scary as he did yesterday against Cloud9.
Definitely not scary at all. And if you look at over the net worth of EG side, like their map dominance is clearly showing everyone has more farm. Like even PPD, usually you see like everyone looks like EG, PPD is going to be like the 6-7 position support, but this game he actually has a very good amount of net worth if you compare it to the BG supports.
Well, the price of salt is rising apparently because PPD has got up to 7k net worth here. AUI's got his signature Rod of AUI with the Skywrath Mage.
It's not an AoE game if you don't see that item.
He's even building towards what, Scythe of Vice or possibly a Yule Scepter with a Voidstone pickup. He is just filthy rich.
I think definitely the Yule Scepter. As a support in this position, this is the best few items on the Skywrath. 4-star Atos and the Yule Scepter. The other item I would see maybe he would want to get later on is probably a Bloodstone, which would transition. Like, it's just the way he likes to play. He likes to transition his core supports into a carrier. Here we go again. The vision from the Beastmaster.
Sets up another kill. Sumail up to 10 Bloodstone charges. Did lose a lot with that suicide, but end of the day, he wants all these Bloodstone charges so that he can use a suicide and have a very fast respawn.
This is just like a very well executed draft by EG. It's not even like Big God got out-drafted. Their draft couldn't go up against EG. It's just like EG are executing their game plan very well, and Big God's primary weakness in the draft is showing because EG know it, exploiting it well, having the map control, having the vision every time they know where is the supports of Big God moving, they know where is the Doom, so the Storm, when you know where is the Doom, you are just like, you know where you can fight, where you can gank. You don't have to worry about giving up a big kill if you are trying to overextend. So basically, with knowledge, it comes with power.
It's gotten them a 20k net worth lead. Not just power, but they've got all the money.
Power and money.
They're rich right now.
There's still,
EG are living the true American dream here.
there's still a lack of a gem, but I feel maybe with the Necrobook tree you just don't feel the need of it. But I feel the gem could actually just make sure that BGA do not have all this, like you could see in the map right now, they have two vision arm basically protecting the mid lane so that anyone who farms there feels safe. But yeah, I mean, it's not a huge deal not having the gem right now for EG, but it's something that could maybe look to get in the future, or they would actually totally ignore it because they have the Necrobook tree from the Beastmaster.
Well, they're going to keep the pressure up to some extent here as Shamel has the Aegis once more. They've got the cheese, and I think...
Yeah.
Is this like the time where they want to try take high ground, or...?
Look at his items at this stage. He has Aegis, Orchid, Bloodstone, and Lycan's. Like, I knew he was going to go for Lycan's at this stage. Some stage of the game against this sort of lineup just makes him so powerful, but how is Big God gonna kill him? Like, they can just probably try and make space with a Storm, and he's gonna jump in with a Doom here.
It's
onto Aoi, a support.
It's gonna get the kill
Bottom
here.
lane, look at bottom lane, EG.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna look to take high ground here.
PPD, cancel some PPs.
Oh, not gonna happen right off the bat. Burning actually not able to TP himself here. Universe is just creating space as Stonegaze comes up, and meanwhile bottom lane the Storm gets a kill, and now the tier 3 tower. Glyph is going to delay it going down, but they've got nothing to defend it. In goes ROTK, holding on to the Ravage for now. He needs to use it soon. The BKB from PSB deploy. He'll bring down your Tide. Tide with a buyback, and I think he's going to have to use it. The melee Rax has been claimed as EG continue to just set up camp in the Big God base here as they take both lanes, well, both bottom racks, and well, they're looking to work on top lane as well.
This is a huge, I mean, this is more or less over for Big God.
No Doom, no Stonegaze.
That's Ravage.
But where do you Ravage? There's push mid, there's push top, you've already lost bottom lane. Storm gets another kill, Sumail sells an Aegis, he gets 2 more! Both supports are dead, and this is looking like Big God just being torn apart, manhandled by the EG polished killing machine.
I would like to say Kid handle Sumail.
Perfect play.
Destroying
Absolutely perfect play. This has got to be the most well-executed strategy of the tournament in some ways, I feel. This is just polished Dota from EG.
Oh my god, this is just... This is as good as the other day I clapped during one of the games where I can't remember which game, like somebody actually executed the game so well. I mean, this is another game where it's just perfect from EG. They did everything, like everything in the books was right. I could hardly feel there was anything that I could say that they could have done better. Maybe they could have gotten the Orchid instead of the Bloodstone on the Storm, but at the same time I could understand why he was actually prioritizing getting the